Dave Chappelle, his comedy special. I forget exactly what the name
Sticks
of it
and
is.
Stones.
Sticks and Stones. He made this extended
Netflix.
joke about the alphabet community,
The
and
who?
when he said the alphabet community, he was talking about the L, the G, B, T, Q, I, A, P, LMNO,
What is
Z,
P?
X, pansexual.
What the fuck is going on? But go ahead, excuse my language.
So he made a joke about the LGBT community, and it was an extended joke about how the LGBT community is in a car, the gays are driving the car, the lesbians are in the passenger seat, the bisexuals are somewhere in between, somewhere in there, and then the T's, the transgender community, are sitting all the way in the back because what he said is they don't know which way they're going.
Did
Is that
y'all
what he
get
said?
into how he said the T's?
The T's, that's what he said. He said the T's don't know which way they're going.
Wait, the sad part is
But
that he
what's he
said
talking
the
about,
sad
the
part
Qs?
is wait 1 second. The sad
Add the
part
Q's
is,
in there as well.
yeah, come on Q's. The sad part about the situation is that
Oh, I got weed all
he
over my
said
shit.
the LGBT community took 20% of the alphabet.
Which is true. Let's keep it real.
What?
I'm a math.
I need to see it. I don't.
Listen, I'm a math kind of guy, so I know that there's 26 letters in the alphabet. L G B T Q I A
20%.
P. That's 8 letters right there. That's more than 20%.
Nobody was using them.
Who cares?
No, but I get what he's saying. Like, I get what he's saying as a joke, though.
But
I
let's
need to
be
see it
real.
'cause I don't understand.
Okay, I understand that.
Shout
But
out
let's
to
talk
Joseph
about In
back
Living
in the
Color.
room.
What was the?
Living Color used to make jokes about the gays and stuff like that, and people found it funny, like Damon Wayans and
Yep.
David Allegria. And these were straight men and didn't have gay friends. They just did what they thought was gay, and people didn't give them
No, it's
all
not
of
that they did what they thought was gay. They did what they saw on their blogs. Those were everybody knew a Twan. Everybody knew.
But okay, get into the
Everybody.
outfits that they did, because they just did a thing on like some type of seminar on YouTube.
Those bitches were done for back then.
No, they were, but you had to
Some
get
bitches
into
were done.
the costumes and stuff like that. Gay people don't walk around with tiny little fucking hats on their head.
Some do.
Goddamn lie.
You do,
You know how many balls I done been to, bro?
but it's just
Well,
my, but
doesn't
my thing
Carlos
is.
have one of those?
But my thing is, back then,
Oh, no names.
Back
Sorry.
then, when gay was kind of coming into the limelight because being gay was an undercover thing.
Homosexual.
Homosexual. Sorry.
Gay is a lifestyle.
Sorry, the homosexuals, homosexual, like it was undercover. But like in the 90s when A Living Color was coming out, ain't nobody give them all of that what they giving Dave Chappelle.
You know why?
People weren't sensitive. So that comes
Exactly.
back to my question:
Exactly.
when did everybody become so sensitive?
When they started adding those alphabets to the equation.
I don't know if
I don't think that's it.
I don't think that's it at all.
I
Either.
think what has happened is people have become more sensitive, more in tune rather to the feelings of other people, whether that's genuine or not. People have become more in tune to the feelings of other people. So you have people who are genuinely upset about being called certain things and words being used to identify them. Now, while I personally will agree that words are just words, and if you let them affect you, then fine, they affect you, and that just is what it is. I personally don't feel that people need to be so sensitive, but I do understand, because people say that sticks and stones may break their bones, but words will never hurt them. That is bullshit. Because
It's what?
it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
No,
Because
he didn't say
I
it's
don't know-
bullshit. He said it's bullshit.
It's bullshit. Because I don't know anybody personally, and I know people who have done this. I don't know anybody personally. I don't really know a whole bunch of people who have committed suicide over being physically attacked. It's happened before. People have done it. But most of the people that I know who have committed suicide, who have harmed themselves, who have gone into, harmful behaviors, they've done it because of the things that people have said. So we want to believe that sticks and stones may
break
not
your
break your bones, but that's
But
a
you
lie.
know what?
It's a lie.
I think it's how can I put this? A generational type of thing.
Fact.
True.
Because
Very true.
my nieces and nephews, I love them with all my heart, but they're punks.
Pussies.
And the reason why I say this
sorry, I shouldn't have
is
said
because
about
no,
the
the reason why I say this is when they mess up or do something wrong and I'm talking to them, they start break down and crying. We didn't do that. We only did that when we knew that it was guaranteed that we was about to get our ass beat.
Yep.
Right.
That's
we
the
live
only
in
way
that
that we were
about
crying. But when we were getting a talking to, we was like, okay, yeah, okay,
still
and
went
stuff
and
like
did the
that. And
same
then
shit.
but these kids nowadays, and this is why I have a problem when Arthur, for instance, the cartoon Arthur has been around for years. They first coming back out episode, they had the teacher marrying his male partner. I'm all for that.
Shout out
That's
to
good.
Mr. Ratburn
I'm a
for
gay
finally
man.
coming
You
out the
understand what I'm
closet.
saying?
Come on, Ratburn.
Shout out
But-
to Mr. Ratburn.
I don't agree with that. And my aunts and them asked me why. And I said, I'm a gay male. And I don't think that children of that age should be introduced to this lifestyle like that.
But why
And
not?
this is why I say this,
Fair.
is because how I came out, it wasn't a learned behavior. You understand what I'm saying? It was something that it was an experience in life that just happened. I learned on my own. It was just natural. But when you starting to teach these kids and they got sex gender in school for third graders now, I have a problem with that because now these kids don't even know right from wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But here it is, you trying to teach them whether they like boys or girls. Mm-hmm. I think that's ludicrous. I think that's too complex for a young kid's mind. They barely know what's right from wrong, and now you're trying
I
to
can
tell
agree
them.
with that.
Like I don't think we
Wait,
should
what?
teach them. It should be a learned behavior. Because the only reason why I say that because it comes a lot of stuff comes with being gay. Period. I'm sorry. A lot of stuff comes with being gay. The harassment, the teasing. People are shooting up schools just for getting teased about dirty clothes or you look ugly and stuff like that. They coming back the next day and just killing people. You understand what I'm saying? And this is just based on that. Imagine what's going to happen if your 13-year-old boy decide that his son wants to be gay or girl and they get teased in school. These kids can't
that did
handle
happen.
it.
That young guy, he just got 14 years or 17 years because he was constantly teased for being gay, and he stabbed his alleged
Attacker.
right?
Yeah,
Like
the
this
classroom.
it's crazy because gay is not something that just happened.
But you have to understand one thing, and this goes back to, I always say this over and over, when they started adding those new alphabets to the alphabet.
You can't blame the letters.
But that's like, okay, so don't you think that them introducing characters in shows like Arthur is better than the alternative? Like when we were younger, you had the characters like, the Men on Film was hilarious, but it was stereotypical, and it was used to make fun of gay people. Or if you go back even further to like Flip Wilson when he would dress up as a woman, it was for comedy, and that's what people knew about men who dressed up as women.
Exactly.
Dustin
Hoffman.
Tootsie.
Tootsie.
That was a great
There we
movie, but
go.
yes. I feel like when people it's not to teach kids, because people assign kids like, I don't know if sexual is the word, but they give them little boyfriends and little girlfriends. Oh, that's your little girlfriend. Oh, that's your little boyfriend. Oh, y'all was kissing, whatever.
Yeah.
People do it all the
one of those at
time
5 years
with,
old.
straight kids, I guess you could say.
Right. Exactly.
It's a straight kid.
Like I agree with you, but then I disagree with you at the same time. I agree that when you're a kid in third grade, you're what? You're how old? Doesn't matter. When you're a kid in third grade, you really don't know yourself like that.
You don't.
Like you don't. You really don't know yourself like that. So you don't really know what you like. Definitively now. Definitively, you don't know what you like. You don't know what your experience is going to be throughout your life. You may have an experience as a young boy. You may have an experience with one of your little classmates in third grade in the coat room, and that's just an experience. It just is what it is as you as a kid.
But what I'm saying is this topic.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going. I got you. I promise. So I let me tell you how I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense that young people need to know that the feelings that they're experiencing, they are normal feelings. So if a little girl is in school, 3rd grade, and he or she is feeling like they have an attraction, because you know what an attraction is. You, as a little boy, you see a little girl in your classroom, you know, and you see her, you think that she's cute. You know what that means. You know that you think that she's cute. You know that you think that she's cute, but you don't know exactly all of the stuff that it entails, but you just know that you think that she's cute, which to you means that you like her. So you like this little girl. You know that. However, you don't understand exactly what that means. So if you, as a little boy in 3rd grade, you see another little boy and you have the same kind of feelings for him, that
It's a lot.
it's a
That
lot.
is, it's
exactly.
a lot.
It's a
I
lot.
never went through that experience.
It's a
Like,
lot, but you know what it is. And I think that these young people need to know that, hey,
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
I just think that's a
But it's
lot
But
okay.
for a
it's
child.
normal. It's a lot, but it's normal.
At
It's
that
a
age?
thing that happens. But
So-
in the same way, I disagree with you in the sense that kids need to just grow up and be kids, and they just need to figure out what their experience is going to be
On their own.
On their own. Whatever that experience is going to be, they need to figure that out on their own.
Yeah, because
Maybe this is not the right time to bring this topic up. But okay, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, Candace Owens, I don't know if you know who she is, you don't need to, but she had Mario Lopez on her show, and they were talking about
Shout out to AC Slater.
Candace Owens. She's a mess.
So y'all don't
anyway,
like AC
she
Slater?
had him on the show, and they were talking about Charlize Theron's transgender child. And she said something about how it's now a trend for Hollywood to like turn a child transgender or something to that effect. And Mario Lopez got himself caught up in her scheme, and he agreed with her. I don't know if he knew what he was agreeing with essentially, but the question is, do you feel like it's the same thing for a child who, like, I don't know how old her son is, he's like 3rd grade, for example. Yeah. To say that, you know, they're transgender, and how would you, like, do you think it's the same thing? Do you feel like it's
this goes back to
is this not the right time
You
for
know
that
what?
topic?
I think it's okay, because see, that's a whole different thing from what I was talking about. But I can understand that if a child on his own at that age feels that they're that way,
If they come
then
to
if
you
the
and say
parents
something
is
like that.
actually teaching them, I don't have a problem with that. But I don't trust the school system teaching my child anything like that. Because if they teach my child something the wrong way or say something to my child and it ignites, because you got to understand, not everybody can teach your child certain things. Certain things should be left to the parents.
Right.
Yep.
Because if that teacher says the wrong thing to that child or don't fully explain something to the best of
Or
that
there's
child's
boundaries
ability,
that
or
they
you
can't
know,
explain. Yep.
exactly, and that child takes something that teacher says and go out there and, you know, I don't want that for any child. I'd rather them have this, live their life and just live it.
Discover it
and
on
whatever
their own.
happens. You understand what I'm saying? But to teach them that, to ignite that or put that in their head or give them that idea at that young of an age, I think they're bound to mess up somewhere.
So no schools, no media.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, if we
Everybody
can't
needs
stop
to
the
stay
media. I mean, we can't stop the media because they're going to have it. But
I
don't think it should be in children's programs.
I don't really know if like
Or
I
should,
agree.
or there should be a curriculum that has the parents' input as well.
it should be no curriculum except for the parents to tell their child what they need to tell their child.
But see, here's the thing though. Wait, hold on. Like let's unpack that for a second. Schools,
He worked for the government.
I really don't actually. I really don't. And fuck all of y'all, okay?
Really?
No, but
Don't
no,
tease
but
you
let's
a good time.
let's unpack this for a second. In schools, you know, teachers are given a curriculum and they're saying this is what you need to teach, and they, as far as I can tell you, because you know I have family who work for public school systems in different states. As far as I can tell you, they try to be as unbiased as possible. Now, we all know that that's bullshit, but the point is they try to be as unbiased as possible. So when you say that it shouldn't be a curriculum in school, I both agree and disagree. Agree in the sense that kids should just grow up and kind of figure out what's going on with their life for themselves. However, again, kids need to know that their feelings are normal. So if it's a curriculum in school and these kids are going to school and they're learning these things just like math, English, science, social studies, and they're learning these things just as their curriculum, then they'll come to know that just like math, just like English, just like science, just like history, being, whoever you identify as, whether you're gay, bisexual, whatever it may be, is a normal thing. Because when they go home to parents who are probably very biased about that situation.
But that's why I said it needs to come from home. Parents need to start teaching their kids just love in general.
But are they going to do that?
Yeah, that's
They should be. That's what
They
parents should be teaching.
They
their
should
kids.
be. You are absolutely correct.
On
They
one
should be.
On one accord, I think this new generation is a little bit more liberal than my
Extremely.
generation.
Very.
a little bit.
Absolutely.
but
A
not
little.
lot.
They're very liberal.
What?
So I think this would be the best time for a parent to tell their child anything about Tom and Mary and Susie.
It would be the best time if there were more parents who were willing to have those conversations with their kids.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. My parents never talked to me about birds and the bees.
Excuse
Ever.
me?
I
What
don't
do you
think
mean?
my mom
Ever.
did.
I
know
learned
my
about
dad
sex
didn't.
all
Ever.
on my own.
I
Only
don't
thing
even
I've
know
ever
what that
heard
was.
my mother and them tell me was, if you get a girl pregnant,
Right.
I don't have to worry about that child.
That's your
So you better
motherfucking
not have
kid.
no girls come knocking on my door.
Don't.
That's
Right,
what
exactly.
they
That's what I
was,
learned.
and I guess nothing but us boys. You understand
That's
what
what I
I'm
learned, too.
saying? They didn't really have to have that conversation like they would have to have with a female. But I just think in general that parents should just teach their kids overall just love everybody for who they are. Don't be judgmental, because that's how I was raised.
Absolutely. But how many parents, especially since this is a
We is love.
this is a table full of black men. So how many black parents are teaching their children that? How many? How many black parents are teaching their children about love all the way across
Well,
the
they got to
board?
be in their children's life in the first beginning, because you got some parents that,
Are
God
not.
damn it.
Are
God
not.
damn it. And that's a lot of messed up stuff. Like, I have 9 friends. I came out with 9 friends.
Hey.
And every single one of us were raised basically by our mothers, single parents. And
Facts.
people can say what they want. I've seen the struggles. And I hate to say this, and y'all may agree or disagree, but in a sense, this is just my experience and my opinion. It took me to become a gay man,
A homosexual.
a homosexual, to actually appreciate a woman more. And I say that because as a homosexual, as a gay man, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel as a gay
You
man.
like to say that.
I was raised by 7 females.
Living your truth.
Now, I wasn't a type of person who experienced the gay lifestyle at a young age. I was 19 going on 20 when I came out.
Right.
And a gay mother of mine's, Cabbage, she
God rest her.
she was very overprotective with me because she always called me Dumb Dora. Because she felt like in this gay
That
lifestyle, I'm
sounds
completely dumb
like
out of my
Cabbage.
shit.
That's the-
Real like
So she just always told me, "Oh, that's my
No
child. That's
common sense.
Dumb
Dumb
Dora."
Dora.
And that's why she was so overprotective
miss
when it
that
came to me, because I don't know no better. And she always said, I'm supposed to be chasing little bitches from this house after you. You should not be in this lifestyle. But you grown, you could do what you want. That's how she was. Now, with that being said, me being raised by 7 females, seeing the struggle, because they always told me I can't teach you how to be a man, but I could teach you how to treat a woman. And the way that they raised us, and it's a lot of us, and my brothers is a lot of us, and they taught us how to be domestic, clean up after yourself, be able to cook, because this is what a woman wants in a man. A lot of people think that a woman actually wants a man to do for them, but my aunts was raised, it was 7 of them, and they had 3 brothers, and my grandfather raised them like if they were men. And he only said that is because I'm not going to be here forever. So if something should happen to me, y'all have to be able to defend yourselves, because you have stupid men out there that will test y'all or push y'all to the limit. Right. And you have to be able to hold your own against male, female, or whoever. Like, I watch my aunts and my mother and them box men into corners. That's why I don't underestimate a female. I look at everybody the same. People say that's wrong. If a female run her yip at me, I'm not going to hit her because I don't believe in hitting a female. But if she raise her hand at me,
oh, she finna box you, bro.
We need to box.
she finna
because
box
my
you
aunt
up,
said,
bro.
if I raise my hand at, and this is what myself, if I raise my hand at a man, I'm going to stand my ground, because I just punched that man in his face. I'm a woman. I'm not supposed to disrespect that man like that. So I better be able to be able to defend myself. Yeah. And that's just how that's how I look at things. But back to what I was saying is, like, the struggle that women that go through, especially single parents, women, like, to teach a man or to raise a man or raise men by yourself, that's a hard struggle.
Shout out to all the single mothers.
And then the fact that you have to work at 9 to 5 and still have to come home to take care of stuff and keep things in order. I mean, it's a lot to deal with. And I respect that. And I'm not saying that I haven't, and I kind of contribute that a little bit to me being gay, but this is just my experience and my opinion. Because when I look at a woman, and I still like women, I still fuck around with women, but as far as getting in a relationship with them, hell no. Because I don't feel like I've came across a woman that actually wants something. Because I need a woman that's going to be strong and be able to take care of my kids if something shit happens to me. And I don't feel any woman that represents the strong women that were in my lives, because these were some strong, dominant women that, you know, never disrespect no men. They let they husbands or whatever, they boyfriends, they let them play they male role. But they kept the house down. They kept the kids in check. You know, they kept things in order. You know, they were able to hold themselves.
It's called boss bitches.
And we got to give a shout out to single fathers too. That take
Single
care of their
fathers
father.
too.
That
Most
shout out to
definitely the
single
same.
fathers, too.
Vice versa. It's the
You know,
same
it's-
thing.
I don't know that experience. My father, you know, whatever.
No, you have some.
My
fathers,
brothers.
you have some
my
fathers
brothers
out
are
here that
single
love their
fathers.
kids and it's in their
Shout out
life,
to
and
the
the
single fathers.
and the mothers is not in their life. So shout out to the single
Definitely
parents
shout out to the
taking
single
care of their
parents in
kids,
general.
period, in general.
Right, all across
Because
the board.
I don't, to be
Shout out
honest
the
with you,
single
I'm gonna be
parents.
real with you. Y'all can say what y'all want. I know people gonna think, but I think that's the most sexiest thing in the world, to see a man with his child. To see a man taking care of his child, I think that's the sexiest thing in the world. And I think when I see a dude walking down the street with their child,
With their
I'd be
stroller.
like, oh, I'd be in awe. I'd
Be
be
a
like,
father to
I'd be
your
like,
child.
I'd be like, that's a daddy. You know, for real. For real. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. But that's sexy to me, and I only think that is because of me not having a father and stuff like that. Because every time I see that, that's what rolls through my head. Like, I wonder what that would have been like. I wonder what my life would have been like. I wonder if my father would accept me for living this lifestyle. Not that I care, but, you know, I had an accepting family, and a lot of people don't have that. Like, I know a kid named Jason, God rest his soul.
Rest in
Like, his
peace.
mom's is his single mother, and this is her only child. And I went to high school with me. We was in theater together, and he came out to his mom's, and his mom's was just like, oh, ain't no son, and just went off on him. He went and threw himself off the 59th Street Bridge. He thought he had nothing else to live for. His mother was his everything.
I ride across that bridge all the time.
Very
wow.
talented young boy, can sing, act, dance, very talented. And he just felt like that was it. Like, if my mother can't accept me, fuck the rest of the world. Like, that hurts.
Since you brought that subject up, I have a question. So do you think that times have changed where parents are more accepting now, or they were before, like in my generation? Because I know my mother told me she raised 2 Adams and 2 Eves, and now she has an Adam and a Steve. Shout out to my mother, rest in peace. But do you feel like this new generation, it's much more easier for this generation than it was for our generation or the generation
Oh,
before?
I think it's
Overall,
much
I think so, yeah.
But, you know, I
probably have
can't
your-
really say that. I mean, go ahead.
I mean, I was just gonna say you probably still have your parents who are like, not my house, not my kid, but it seems that it's less common with the amount of people that are out and open and have good relationships with their parents.